morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining me this morning for some gentle yoga. So let's get started. Being seated in a comfortable position, either cross-legged or if you want your legs out into a V, whatever is comfortable for you. Explore what feels good. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths here as we come into the moment. So placing your hands on your knees with a nice tall spine. Let's take a deep breath, extending the belly, drawing from the belly all the way up through the chest, the thoracic cavity, the throat, the nose. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Do 2 more of these. And just feel the calm of the breaths you're taking. As we come into a calm body and a quiet mind. So let's extend our legs out this morning. We'll start in our V legs and just give them a nice shake. Opening things up. Good. And then as you inhale, let's take the arms up. And then exhale, come down to a forward fold. And just stay here. You can rest on your elbows, on your fingertips, wherever it's comfortable for you. You can slide a block under your forehead. And stretch out the spine. Breathing. And then walk your hands back up towards your body. Good. Good morning. So as you inhale now, let's lift the arms up. I'm going to float them over to the left side. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, come on down to the right side. Inhale, come up. Float your arms down to your feet. Inhale, coming up. Float your arms down to the center. And we're going to repeat that. Inhale, up. Over to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come on up. Exhale towards the feet. Inhale, come on up. Exhale down to the center. And then gently walk your hands back to your body. Good. So let's place the left hand down to the left knee. And as you inhale, we're going to draw the right arm up and over the right ear, hinging from the waist, opening up the right side of the rib cage. And breathe. Good. And then exhale, our arms come, right arm down to the mat. Left arm as you inhale, bringing up and over the left ear. Hinge from the waist and really take a deep breath into the left side of the rib cage. And we're going to repeat that. So inhale, right arm comes up and over. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, left arm comes up and over. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, right arm's up and over. Exhale, bring the right arm down. Inhale, left arm is up and over. Good. So let's place both hands over to the left side. One hand is at the left knee and the other one is at the left hip. And gently twist the abs as you take a deep breath, looking over your left shoulder. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Then gently come back to the center. Let's take both arms over to the right side. right knee and right hip. As you inhale, twist the abs, looking over your right shoulder. Pause here for a couple of breaths. And then come back to center. Let's bring the right foot into the left thigh. Good. Keeping a nice, tall spine. As you inhale, draw the arms up. And just let them float down to the left. You can come down to your elbows here. Or if you want to deepen the pose, reach for your foot. Take a few breaths here. And then gently walk your hands up your left leg. Good. So extending that right leg out, let's bring the left foot into the right thigh. Nice tall spine. As you inhale, draw the arms up and float on down to the right side, wherever it's comfortable for you. And pause here for a couple of breaths. And then gently walk your hands up your right leg. Come on up to the center. Excuse me. So stretching our legs out, give them another shake. And let's come on to our knees. And sitting on our toes, we're going to spread the toes out nice and wide. And sitting down, bring our hips to our ankles, keeping the spine nice and long. Let's extend the arms out. And flexing the hands up and down. And then taking the wrists in little circles. Good. And spread the fingers out nice and wide. Clenching the fists. Feel the tension all the way up to your shoulders. And then let the fingers float down and wiggle. Good. So extending the fingers out nice and wide. Clench the hands. Tight, tight, tight. Breathing. And let the fingers drop and wiggle. Good. One more. Stretch those fingers out nice and wide. Clenching the hands. Tight, tight, tight. And then let the fingers wiggle. Good. So let's come down. We're going to sit on our ankles now. And taking the hands behind us, the hands are facing the hips, rolling the shoulders back. You can stay right here on your fingertips. Or if you want to flatten the hand and come down a little bit deeper, lifting the heart, opening up the chest. Head is parallel to the floor, and take a few breaths here. Rolling the shoulders back. Breathe. Beautiful. Then release. So wide knee child's pose. Going to spread the knees out nice and wide. Gently let the chest float down to the mat. Arms come down to the sides, palms facing up. And take a few breaths here. And then as you're ready, bringing the arms up, standing on the knees. As you inhale, arms come up, pushing the hips forward. Exhale, float the arms down, back into child's pose. Good. Inhale, floating the arms up, hips come forward, slight little back bend. Exhale, come back down into child's pose. Inhale, floating the arms up, pushing the hips forward. Exhale, coming down into child's pose. We'll do 2 more of these. Inhale up, push those hips forward. Exhale, coming into child's pose. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come down. Resting in a child's pose, and this time let's extend the arms out in front of us. So walking the arms over to the right side, let's put the left hand on top of the right hand. Feel that deep stretch in the left side and breathe. And then walk the arms over to the middle, on across to the left side. Right hand comes on top of the left hand, and breathe down deep into the right rib cage. Breathing. Good. Then walk the arms back to the center. So keeping the arms stretched out in front of us. As you inhale, let's bring the body up and forward. So you can stay here in tabletop if you like. Scooch down. Stay here in tabletop if you like. Floating the body forward into up dog or cobra. Explore what feels good to you as you exhale, taking the hips back to the ankles. Inhale, coming forward. Wherever it's comfortable for you. If you come into up dog or cobra, you want to tuck the elbows into the rib cage. Exhale, coming back. Inhale, come forward. Shoulders are soft. Exhale, come back. Just letting your body float in space. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, taking your hips back. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back. Last one, inhale, coming forward, and let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Shoulders are soft. If you're in up dog or cobra, really squeeze the glutes and feel the upper body strengthening here. Breathing. Good. Then coming down into child's pose. You can have your arms extended or your arms behind you. You choose. Take a few breaths here. And then as you're ready, bring your head up. So let's bend the left knee. Bring that left knee forward. Extend the right leg out. Coming into our pigeon pose. So you can stay here with both knees bent. Or if you'd like, bring your hands together in the front, sitting on your left hip, and breathe. Breathe into the pigeon pose. Nice stretch in your spine. Feel your right glute tightening as you stretch out your right leg. Take a few breaths here. Good, and then let's just flip to the other side. So we've got both of our knees bent. We're just going to flip the knees over, come over to the right side. So either stay right here, stretching it out, or you can sit on your right hip. You can always slip a block underneath your hip if that helps. So just staying right here, extending that left leg out. Really feel that left glute tighten. Shoulders are soft, elbows are hugging the rib cage. Good. So good for the spine. Good. And then we can flip back over. So let's come down to our bellies. Good. Coming into Sphinx, we're going to rest on the elbows. Elbows are tucked into the rib cage. And just hang here for a couple of breaths. And then gently turn your head to the left. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Good. Head goes to the left and to the right. And then just drop your head down and just let it float. Stretching out the neck, which is part of the spine. And then maybe do a yes, bobbing the head. And then a no. And then a yes. And then a no. Good. So come all the way down now. Your arms are outstretched. Your palms are facing up. As you inhale, raising the chest only into half locust. And breathe. Rolling the shoulders back. And then release. And now as you inhale, let's bring those legs up only. Squeezing the glutes. Really feel them tighten, contract. And then gently release the legs. So now as you inhale, let's bring both the chest and the legs up together into full locust pose. Good. Good, good. Breathing. Beautiful. Then gently relax on the mat. You can rest on your left or right cheek. Take a few breaths here. And then as you're ready, let's come on up into tabletop. Good. So we've got our hips and our knees lined up together. Our hands are as close underneath our shoulders as possible. As you inhale, draw the navel towards the spine, lifting up into cat. Exhale, bringing the head and the tailbone up together, chest falling down to the mat. Inhale, coming up into cat. Exhale, coming down into cow. Good. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. We'll do a couple more of these. Inhale, up. Exhale, coming down. Last one. Inhale, coming up into cat. Exhale, coming down into cow. Beautiful. So let's take our fingers nice and widespread. We're going to stretch that right leg out, flexing the right foot, keeping your legs parallel to the floor as you can. I like to put these in as often as I can so we can stretch out those muscles in the hips and the legs, that psoas muscle in particular, that if it's not stretched out, it contracts and causes a lot of pain up and down your hip and your legs, your ankles. So keeping this nice and lubricated. And then gently bend that right knee. And as you inhale, take it up ever so slightly. Good. Then draw the knee into the chest. Exhale, bring it out to the side. Inhale, back down to the mat. Good. So coming over to the left side, extending that left leg out, flexing the left foot, long and strong leg. Good. Really feel that tightening in your leg, the lengthening and the strengthening. And then bend the knee. As you inhale, gently come up. Draw that knee up. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Inhale, take it out to the side. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Good. So now standing on our knees. Good. Tug on the britches. So we're standing on our knees with the knees hip width apart. And take the left hand right below the waist at the left hip. As you inhale, raise the right arm, pushing the hips forward. And your head is parallel to the floor into a half camel. Breathing. Exhale, release the right arm. Bring the right hand to the small of the right hip. Inhale, draw the left arm up, pushing the hips forward, and breathe. And then gently release the right arm down. So coming back into tabletop, spread the fingers nice and wide. Tucking the toes, preparing to come into downward facing dog. So as you inhale, we're going to lift up, push the hips back, drop the head between the shoulders. And you can pedal your feet here, or you can take your hips from side to side. And just really get into this full body stretch. And then gently walk your feet up towards your hands, staying in bent knees, sitting down in the chair. Knees and toes are lined up together into this lovely little squat. Breathe. And then gently bring the hands down to the mat. Let's take that right leg out and extend it. Chest is resting on your left knee into a deep lunge. Take a few breaths here. Continuing to strengthen out these muscles in our legs and hips. Then dropping the right knee down to the mat. Let's bring that left foot forward and come into a calf stretch. And the knee can be slightly bent, but you want to flex your foot so that you feel that in the calf. And breathe. Good. And then let's bring that right foot behind, coming into tabletop, tucking the toes, coming into down dog, push the hips back, drop the head between the shoulders, walk your feet out, and then walk the feet up towards the hands, stay in bent knee, and then coming into chair. Breathing back into our little squat. And then take the hands down to the mat. Stretch out that left leg, resting your chest on your right knee. And lunge it out. Good. Really feel that stretch all the way up and down that left leg. And then drop the left knee to the mat. And stretching out the right leg, bring it into a calf stretch. Keeping your knee slightly bent. Breathing. Good. And then let's walk the left foot up to meet the right foot. And come up very slowly, one vertebra at a time. Good. So now let's take the hands, lace the hands. We're going to inhale, bring them up, and a slight little back bend. Excuse me. And then clasp the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders back, stretch them out here. Just really pull down hard. Feel your shoulder blades just about to touch. And then as you inhale, come on down halfway, hinging from the waist, bringing the arms up to your level of comfort. And breathe here, really deeply opening the chest. And then gently let the arms just float down your legs. Come up slowly. Good. So coming into our mountain pose, our feet are hip-width apart, checking in with our alignment. So we've got a vertical spine, a neutral pelvis. Our knees are slightly bent. And our shoulders are over our hips over the knees over the ankles. Shoulders are soft and closing the eyes. Just check in with your alignment here and really honor your posture. And breathe. And then as you inhale, draw the arms up and back. Exhale, come down into forward fold. Inhale, come into a nice flat back. Hands are right below the knees. Exhale, coming down into forward fold. Inhale, coming into a half lift. Exhale, sitting down in the chair. Knees are nice and firm and straight. Breathing. Exhale, come down into forward fold. Inhale, walk the arms up, the legs very slowly, coming up one vertebra at a time. The head is the last thing to come up. Yes. All right. So I'd like us to try a balancing pose. Excuse me. So grounding that right foot into the mat. Really feel the earth supporting you. And you can have your hands at your heart center, on your hips, out here, out here. Gently raise the left knee. Just focus on something in the room. And breathe. Then gently release the left leg. Ground that left foot into the mat. Really feel that support. And then when you're ready, bringing that right knee up, focusing on something in the room, and breathe. Good. And then gently release the right leg, and just shake everything out here. Shake the legs, shake the arms, just let it all rip. Good. Good. So coming into a nice wide stance, excuse me. Bending the knees, our feet are pointed out towards the sides, laterally. Bringing the hands to the heart center. As you inhale, taking the arms up and dipping down into a squat. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale, dipping down. Good. Exhale, coming back, the hands to heart center. Inhale, dipping down. Beautiful. Maybe you can dip down a little further the next one. So inhale, taking the hands up. Dip, dip, dip. Good. Exhale, bring hands back to heart center. Inhale, dipping down. Good. Exhale, hands back to heart center. We'll do two more. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, dipping down. And we're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths. Hold, hold, hold. Good. And then gently come on up. So let's give your legs a little shake. And then taking your hands to your hips, hinging forward. Let's just come on down into ragdoll. Let your arms float. And breathe. And then take your elbows into your hands and gently bending the left knee. Just going side to side here as you're breathing. Good. And then gently, gently, gently walking your hands up the legs, coming up slowly. One vertebra at a time. Good. Whew. So let's come into our warrior two. So we've got the left foot out straight. We've got the right foot back into a 90-degree angle. Centering the hips, you want them to kind of face out to the front and preventing this front knee from flopping because that can really injure your knee, so we want to keep that front knee nice and firm. So now as you inhale, keeping your knees hips squared, raising the arms, shoulders are soft, looking over your left fingertips. And breathe into warrior two. Beautiful. And then bring the left arm down to the left knee. Right arm comes up as you look skyward. Breathing. And then just let your right arm float down your right leg. Inhale, bring that left arm up, looking skyward. And exhale, bring the left arm down. So let's just flip over to the other side. Pivoting. So now we've got this right foot forward, left foot at 90 degrees, right knee slightly bent. Squaring the hips. As you inhale, bring the arms up, looking over your right fingertips. Shoulders are soft, and breathe. Beautiful. And then drop the right arm down to the right knee. Left arm comes up, looking skyward. And then gently bring the left arm down to the left leg. Right arm comes up, looking skyward. And then bring the right arm down. Good. And walk the feet a little bit closer in. So keeping the toes engaged in the mat, we're just going to lift up the ankles, bending the knees. So I call it a strut. So we're just going to strut it out. And you can engage your arms in any way you like. I always like to do the range of motion thing. Just big, wide circles. Good. But you do what you feel. You may want to take them another direction. You may want to take them out and back. Whatever, up and down. Dance it out. Whatever you're feeling. Good. Breathing always. Beautiful. So let's come on down to our backs. And as you come on down, let's raise the arms up, overhead, come down slowly. Keep your arms stretched up overhead and really stretch your body out fully. Let it feel like somebody is pulling your hands, somebody's pulling your feet, drawing your navel into the spine. Really feel those abs contract. And breathe. And then bring your arms down to the sides. As you inhale, draw both legs up, keeping the pelvic floor on the mat. Taking your hands to your calves and gently press your legs towards your body. Feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings and your quads. Your knees can be slightly bent. And then take the feet by hip width apart. And let's flex the feet, stretch them out, and take the ankles in little circles. And then just let the legs drop out to the sides. You may want to place your hands in the inner thighs to kind of guide them open. And just feel that nice stretch in the inner thighs. Also in the hips. And your knees can be slightly bent. Take a few deep breaths here. Really stretch these legs out. Good. And then bring the legs together. Let's drop the left leg down. Bring the right knee into the chest and give it a squeeze. And then take the right hand to the balls of the right foot and gently press the right knee down towards your body. Your left hand can be on your left hip, supporting it on the mat. Take a deep breath down into the right hip. And then gently release the right leg. So let's draw the left knee up and into the chest. Give it a big squeeze. Good. And then take the balls of the left foot into the left hand. Gently draw that left knee towards the body, placing your right hand on your right hip. Take a deep breath into the left hip. Beautiful. And then bring that right leg up to meet the left leg, bending the knee, taking the right foot into your right hand, bringing both knees towards the chest into full happy baby. So we're still keeping the pelvic floor on the mat, getting into this deep hip opener. Breathing. And then bring your feet down to the mat in bent knees. And just guide your knees over from the left to the right into windshield wipers. Neutralizing the hips. Good. And then let's bend the knees. Bring that left ankle over the right knee. Thread the left arm underneath. And you have both hands underneath your right knee, just pressing it gently towards the body. Feel that great stretch in your inner left thigh. Breathe. Good. Then gently release the left ankle. Bring the right ankle over the left knee. Thread the right arm through the legs. Gently press that left knee towards the body and stretch it out. Feel it deeply all the way down in through here. In through your hip and thigh, quads, hamstrings. And then release. Bring your feet down to the mat. Keep your knees about hip width apart, and your arms are down at the sides, palms facing down. Or if you'd like, you can clasp them underneath, rolling the shoulders back. As you inhale, bringing the hips up skyward. Knees are nice and firm and straight. Really feel this in your glutes. Really, really tighten your glutes. And then gently release. Pause here for a couple of breaths. We'll repeat that one more time. So as you're ready, either clasp the hands or not. Inhale, hips come up. Shoulders are soft, knees are firm. And breathe. And then gently release. And let's bring the hips towards the chest. Hands on top of your knees and just rotate the spine here. Taking your knees in circles. Really releasing tension in that sacral spine. And then as you're ready, just drop the knees over to the left, extending the arms, turning your head to the right. You can prop a block under your knees if they don't come down to the floor, and that's not a prerequisite. And just take a few breaths here. Good. And then gently bring the knees back to center. Let them fall over to the right side, turning your head to the left. Arms are extended out nice and wide. And breathe. And then bring your knees to the center, bringing your hands around your knees and rock up to a seated position. Good. Good. So now let's bend the left elbow, and we're going to take the, I'm going to turn around so you can see the back of me. So we're going to take the left arm, bend the left arm, take the right arm to the left elbow, and gently press the elbow. And the left hand just rests at the trapezius, right between your shoulders. Breathing. And then release the left hand. So let's bend the right elbow. Take the left hand over to the right elbow. Gently press, letting your right hand rest in your upper back, and breathe. Good. And then gently release. So let's roll our shoulders a little bit. So placing the hands on the knees, as you inhale, take the shoulders up to the ears, drop them down your back, let them roll in a big circle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let them roll down. Inhale, coming up. Just roll very naturally with your breath. Good. And then take your shoulders up as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. So let's drop the chin to the chest and just roll the head over to the left. And then exhale, roll it over to the right. And then back to the center and bring your head up. So I hope that you will be in a comfortable reclining position now as we come into our Shavasana, our little time of rejuvenation, relaxation of the entire physiology. And I want to leave you with a quote. It's from Thich Nhat Hanh, Your True Home. And he says, happiness is a function of compassion. If you do not have compassion in your heart, you do not have any happiness. So always keep that compassion right here. Give yourself some offer yourself some gratitude for your practice today. And I want to thank you for joining me. In the meantime, I will see you Monday on the lawn at 54 Donaldson Station, 9 o'clock. In the meantime, think peaceful thoughts. Always speak kind words and radiate as much love from your hearts as you possibly can. I'm sending all my love out to you. Namaste.